All right, so who are you?
I'm Ashish, and I'm a illustrator, and I play volleyball.
You play ball. Oh yeah, you play volleyball. Tell me a little about yourself.
Um, yeah, I'm a first year at ECSB. Uh, yeah, let's skate, play volleyball, and solve physics problems.
Okay. Um, I wanted to talk to you about a little bit about how you got into the faith and a little bit about your insight. So, growing up, were you ever like exposed to some of the stuff or not?
Not really. I grew up in basically a non-religious household,
Mm.
and around basically all my siblings are STEM majors, like my parents. Uh, I work at in medicine too, so I just grew up like around people who just were very like logical and kind of very distant from any kind of like faith or religion.
Mm. Um, hmm. Give me a second. All right. Continuing on. So how like tell me a little bit about how you got in then, like the faith.
Yeah. Well, I guess my high school that I went to back in Boston was super competitive. So everybody around me was chasing these other things like colleges and just success and prestige.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that all around me. I thought like that was kind of like what I had to do, just chase all those things, but just never really seemed to satisfy me. And every single time I get into that, I'll just end up in just a lot of like comparison, jealousy, envy. I really felt like that's like what dominated my high school. So I came to college like all the way over here at UCSB. I guess I was a little bit more open and asking maybe some bigger questions about like what my purpose was and really like what there was to life. And I met a Christian fellowship here on campus during Welcome Week.
Wait, how did you get to meet them?
It was during Welcome Week. And I just went to one of their events because they had like some free Panda Express. I got to meet all these people, like hear these different stories about how their faith like really changed their lives. So I just got more interested as like somebody who's never like been religious or kind of experienced anything like that. It was just really interesting to hear those stories and see this community of people that are just really loving and just really independent. Wanted to get to know.
Hmm. Do you remember like a memorable moment about that or not?
During that time, yeah. I think one of the one of the first like events I went to at like next to fellowship was the welcome night. And even though like during that night I hadn't got a good sleep, so I kind of had a headache, but I just remember hearing our pastor go out there and just explain or talk about his life a little bit, and a lot of the things he was talking about kind of resonated or really similar. And afterwards, when we got to like play Spikeball and I got to know about other people. Like, there's felt like I really connected with those stories, and I just wanted to like learn more about it. I was just super curious at that point.
Hmm. Did you ever doubt it?
Yeah, I think early on, like my doubts, like obviously, kind of came from like our miracles, like they really happen. Like, is the Bible like really like accurate or like can I trust it? And I had all those like normal doubts that anyone would have. Um, but like slowly, I started to look into like each thing because I thought, okay, it's kind of important. Like, is this true or not? So I started to read these different books and really like dig into like the case for Jesus and who he was, and just the reliability of the Bible, and started to see that all these things kind of actually did check out to a certain extent. And then there's actually just a small gap of faith at that point that I had to take.
Do you think that gap is where faith comes in?
Yeah, I think um, God, he gives us just enough evidence, in the Bible, in the resurrection, and these kind of things. He gives us just enough evidence, not too little, not too much. And I think then at that point, there's that choice. So for me, it was it was good enough, and then I just kind of took that leap. There's a little bit of a gap at the end, though, I feel like. Um, but for me, it kind of all seemed to line up. And when I actually took that leap and experienced it for myself, I found that it was actually kind of solid truth. And I just got to like feel that more and more as I, became a Christian.
Hmm. So, huh. Like, what does it mean to be Christian for you?
What is it? Well, oh yeah. When I was when I was learning about it, I didn't really know for sure, but it actually comes out to be really simple. Um, Kind of meaning just being a Christian is like, do you believe that you're a sinner, and do you believe that Jesus died for your sins and rose again and forgave you, and that's really all you need, and you're a Christian.
Hmm. I think that's super valid. Like personally, one of the issues that get with me is I don't understand why, I believe it's Abraham, the three Abrahamic religions, like Christianity, Judaism, and then there's Muslim. I I never understood that while it's all about unity, like it seems to be about disunity. You get what I'm saying? Like, is there what do you think is the right attitude of a Christian to face that? As in, like, let's say you are having dinner with a Jew and a Muslim, and like you sit on what, and you sit there by yourself, and there's a Catholic. Let's say there's four people. Like, what do you think the focus should be on?
Yeah. So you didn't mention that Catholic. I think first of all, like different denominations of Christianity, like we all believe the same things. Kind of we're all on the same page. With other people who have different beliefs, I think one truth that I really quickly learned from reading the Bible was just the mark of a Christian. What really like defines them is their love for other people. So I think just approaching them with love and not with any kind of like disrespect or like, oh, I'm gonna like take you down or anything, but just approaching them with love, just being somebody who can really listen and just be there, and that can actually really show them like what it is and really open them up.
Do you think so? You know how there are certain rights and wrongs according to each denomination. I personally think that people get too obsessed with that. That's relatively minor than the like main point. And then at a certain point people focus on the disunity, as in Catholics about like birth control or like abortions, and then there's like the whole like LGBTQ stuff. And like my belief is that although those debates are real, I don't think I'm the one to judge whether what's right or not. Like, what do you think about that?
I think with different denominations, gotta stick to the truth that we're all we're sinners. Everybody has sinned, and we're forgiven, and that's kind of what we all agree on. With the different like traditions and stuff, like it's nothing to get like super heated about. It's just those different denominations, for what I know, like all practice different things. And I think with the different issues that they talk about, the Bible itself, at least, like has very clear stances on different sins or different truths. And I think everything, how we approach those issues should come from there. And we might like read it a little differently, but for the most part it should have pretty concrete answers to each of those issues.
Do you think the Bible speaks the truth only, as in 100% right? Like, there's no imperfection?
I think so, because if you kind of do believe it, if there's really like a God out there who inspired all the books, I think he would have made no error if he really, created everything, if he is like that powerful. And I also think if you look at, how it's written by like 40 different guys in all these different continents in Hebrew, Aramaic, Greek, and, all the languages it was written in, for it to have all these books written across hundreds and hundreds of years with some authors dying before others were born and all these lifespans, for it to have um, the tens of thousands of like connections back to itself and references, and for it to all connect together and kind of speak one central theme is definitely like takes you back a little bit. Even if you're like not a Christian or anything, for that to like just happen is kind of a miracle. Like if you get 10 people in one room to write an essay about something, like they probably couldn't agree on that. But we do have, like, I think the number is like 63,000 connections back and forth between the OT and the UT, just all agreeing on this one central message.
I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
That's crazy.